Welcome back to the bubble, ladies and gentlemen, and Cossacks 3, where we will have another episode of, did we call it training sessions? Replay, review, whatever. Basically, we will be going through replays of games, and when we're doing that, we can basically jump between different players during the game, so we can take this as a lesson and as a learning opportunity for all of us, where we can go through how all the different players structure their gameplay, let's call it that, so we can see how not to do maybe, but also get some new lessons for ourselves to improve our Cossacks 3 game play. So maybe training session or lesson is a pretty valid name for it. Today we have a 2 versus 2 game that we are going to review. I played this one in I think it was late January, so it is a couple of weeks ago since I played it, like 2 or something like that. But it's 2 versus 2. Me, Mr. Wafflestomper, will be as red, top left, playing as Ukraine, and my teammate, Rainmaker, is in blue, playing as Denmark. Going to player number 3, Sani 4. Ukraine as well, bright blue, turquoise, let's call it that. And his or her teammate, Roma0206. I think I'll just call it Roma or purple. Will be as Denmark as well. So Ukraine and Denmark versus Ukraine and Denmark. 15 minutes of peacetime. Rich resource settings, 5,000 of each. I think it's a quick game, to be honest. Let's just start it and see what happens. Most likely we're all gonna go very basic at the beginning. Worth mentioning is I don't know how many lessons or how much I learned from the previous lesson that I shot on this channel when I played Ukraine as well, funny enough. Starting off with 2 town halls there. I said town center a lot there. And then mill. Storehouse, most likely I'm just gonna go into a quick market. We also have the blacksmith up and running, but I made a bit of a made a note for myself to check on Rainmaker a bit here, because I think he got a pretty good start. 2 town halls as well. Storehouse, much better position of his storehouse than I did, I think. If you go over to me, yeah, my storehouse makes no sense. I should have put it up here. That way I wouldn't have to destroy it to build a new one, because of course the storehouse cost kind of builds on itself. So each new storehouse is more expensive than the next, which is why it would have been important for me to put it really close to the wood and stone right here in the beginning. But now most likely what I'm going to do is try to trade for wood to get my next town hall up and running. Look at that. Also went with a barrack very early. My teammate Rainmaker got his first barrack up and running. Also second town hall. Let's see, I don't think he has traded yet. Yes, he actually has, you can see here. So he's already going for the third town hall, second barrack. Really great start here, actually. You can see that he's building very close to his resources, especially close around the mill, so he doesn't need to run around. If we look at the points, it looks like Temsani and Roma are both of them pretty far behind. So let's take a look at turquoise Temsani. Okay. Only 1 town hall yet. Also, you can see a lot of idle time on his peasants. He hasn't gotten the market up and running yet. That's really going to hurt him or her later down the line. 1 barrack, 1 stable already, and going with the Hetman. They are very tanky compared to the Sich Cossacks. Sich Cossacks 250, 13. Hetman 320, 70. So they are tanks. They hit hard. And they also have a lot of health. The Register Cossacks, somewhere in between. They're not fast. They have the same speed as the Hetman. But they also have a bit more HP. No, same amount of HP. And actually less damage than the Sich Cossacks. Why do we need the Registers Cossacks? Maybe they will get a lot of good upgrades and something down the line. I'm not quite sure. Or they just train a lot quicker. If we go over to Hetman's, still only 1 town hall, starting to populate the mines. Might be a bit early going on iron and coal here, to be honest. Might want to focus on gold in the beginning, especially with this much peacetime. But if we go over to Roma, doesn't... Okay, traded off all his coal. Great positioning on the town halls, actually, close to resources. only one barrack so far, has a market up and running, has gotten the first food upgrade, and already on his or her academy. So he's going to be very quick with getting those necessary upgrades, hopefully. And I think you want to go with wood and food to start off. There we go. Actually, very, very good time on the wood cutting upgrade. If you go over to yours truly, actually, I'm currently in the lead point-wise. 3 town halls. Already the academy up and running, 3 barracks. So I have a pretty good production of military. Already found all the gold mines. Very, very lucky to find them early. I don't know if that's still the case, that peasants have very good visibility. I don't know what I'm doing here, sending all of them over to the gold mine. Must be some misclick or something that I wanted to populate. Both of my mines are upgraded to the 2nd level, so most likely I just wanted to send peasants into the mines. But now I'm sending them back. This is one thing that's so interesting going through gameplay, because you can really second guess yourself and see where your errors lie, and I made a lot of them. Went with food upgrade instead of the wood cutting efficiency. I'm very unbalanced in food production currently. I need to get a handle of that. Maybe I'll trade. I should trade some gold for it, to be honest. Went with another food upgrade instead of going for wood cutting efficiency. Most likely it's because I saw that I had so much trouble with food that I really just wanted to supercharge that one, and now we're starting to get a handle of that. Rainmaker is actually doing pretty good so far. Let's select his point of view. 82 musketeers, no diplomatic center so far. I already had the diplomatic center up and running. No, working on building it with only 3 peasants. Now I'm sending over some units to help. Great stuff, great stuff. But actually, I would love it for you to get the Diplo Center up and running. Most likely you can afford it. You can also afford a stable. And there we go, the Diplomatic Center. Great timing there. And Roma, purple player, is actually doing pretty well as well. Although we can see that he or she is doing melee units, going with pikemen instead of musketeers. I think the meta is to go for musketeers when it's this much peacetime, and you can go round shears from the Diplo Center instead for melee. You train them a lot quicker. Only 1 barrack still. Only 1 barrack. Low on gold and stone. Could be trading some iron or something. I don't know what he's prioritizing when it comes to resources. Hasn't gotten any food upgrades yet from the academy, but still working on all 3 of the town halls. Actually, let's take a look if Temsani has built, still only working on the 1st town hall. You can already see he's falling very far behind, because of course getting the town halls up and running as fast as possible is going to be crucial in getting your economy up and running. Great positioning on the storehouse there, though. Getting a 2nd mill up and running, and he should, playing as Ukraine, wood cutting is very, very crucial, and this is why it might not be that good of a position of a storehouse first, because you see that the peasants need to walk a long way to get any wood, so it would be better to like put storehouse here and here, I guess, to get the wood cutting, because Ukraine doesn't really rely too much on stone to get a lot of their buildings, especially not the town hall. There's no stone necessarily, only lumber. The Cossack houses, the barracks, require some stone though. So it's really important to get the wood production up and running. Still only 1 town hall. And if we go back up to me, let's see how I'm doing. Oh! I was late at getting production out from the Diplo Center. Low on gold and food as well. But as you can see, I still haven't learned that I should make some Siege Cossacks from the Diplo Center. I'm rather only making them from the stable. Haven't gotten the harnesses for horses yet, so I train them a lot quicker. This upgrade has actually been nerfed quite significantly, because I saw... Damn, I completely forgot the name of that streamer who streamed who produced a lot of good tutorials for Cossacks 3, but those are like 5 or 6 years old, so of course they're not really up to date. But in those videos, the harnesses upgrade increased the recruitment time for cavalry by 100%. So that was, of course, huge to get huge chunks of cavalry out and running. I am also very slow at the palisade. My ally has already started building on 2 layers. That's something that I have tried to learn building a lot more. Having 2 layers will always just slow down the enemy a bit more, so you can quickly kind of counter their cavalry. Because of course, playing quick matches or these kinds of matches, you really want a huge chunk of fast cavalry to just chisel down the palisade and then go straight into harass the economy. He's doing very well on building his military, though. Already up on artillery. No upgrades though, so they are expensive as heck. 1 cannon is 250 wood, 400 gold. That's huge this early in the game. Although it doesn't look like he has any problem with his gold. That economy is huge right now. Great work for him. And Roma also seems to be doing pretty great, falling behind both me and Rainmaker though. So let's take a look at what he or she is doing right now. Also working on the palisade, obviously. 2 artillery depots, also working on artillery. Only 1 stable though, going with knights. So this player is very heavy on melee currently. I don't really know what's the strategy for that. I know that having some melee units will be very crucial in making sure that you don't get too heavily harassed by fast cavalry. Hasn't started using... Okay, this is interesting. Going with mass dragoon, 18th century dragoon from the Diplo Center. That's actually something that I need to be a lot better at doing as well, because this cavalry unit is very, very strong. Of course, it's ranged. Maybe that's how he's trying to balance out the stables and barracks. Only doing melee units there, and then having the Diplo Center to rely on ranged. These dragoons are really, really strong, which is why they are usually used, also very expensive, worth mentioning, which is why they might be used more as a last resort. If you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, you can just mass out a bunch of dragoons. You see that they cost 226 gold per unit, and of course every one you train increases the cost for the next one. So up to 240 now. I don't know if it's a max level. Looks like 240 is the max level of how expensive the dragoons can be to recruit from the Diplo Center. Although, like I said, gold here, not an issue either. Tema, still only on 1 town hall. Man, you really need to start working a bit more on getting the town halls up and running. Also, a lot of idle peasants, 2 iron mines that haven't been filled. Also missed on building 2 of the gold mines. The economy is really not going to be very strong for this player. Also, I would guess now the peacetime is over. Man, that went quick. 15 minutes peacetime. So now we can start attacking each other. I would like to see what Rainmaker decides to do here, because you can see that he is already pushing out his military. 5 cannons, whole bunch of round shears, whole bunch of musketeers, and some 17th century dragoons. So most likely they will try to start attacking some piece of the wall. And it looks like I will try to help, only sending out my Sich Cossacks though. Do I have any... I didn't make any Cossacks at all from the Diplo Center. Only from the stables. I have 2 though. Only training from 1. Come on. Why aren't I recruiting from both? Of course, it's difficult to be at all places at once, but now I saw it, starting recruiting Sich Cossacks from both stables. Also got the upgrade, so I train them quicker. But this is where the action is happening right now. If we look at it from Roma's point of view, he sees the entire army here, and also I started sending Sich Cossacks to start harassing them. Feels like I should have just gone around and gone for the economy instead of running straight into the Serdukes. But I hope I had a plan with it. Now we can really see though how Roma's defense pans out with all of these 18th century dragoons from the Diplo Center, but also 9 cannons. You saw how expensive these things were, and he has gotten 1 upgrade to decrease the cost. So now there's still 300. There's 300 gold, 300 iron, and a lot cheaper on wood. But still, this is an expensive investment to make. So far, it looks like it's going really well for him, though. And he also claimed all of Rainmaker's cannons. So Rainmaker's being pushed back quite heavily right here. I really wish I really should help him here. Pushing out all of my infantry, because my Siege Cossacks were, of course, dead. Do I have... how many? I have 19 Siege Cossacks left. And that's basically the only unit I can try to get over here fast. Because the thing is, here, Roma doesn't currently have that much infantry. But fortunately, Rainmaker is an absolute boss at holding here. Doing the absolute best he or she can to push back. But so many ranged troops, they will basically just cut Rainmaker's reinforcements down as they come. And I've still... okay, now I'm starting to send some Siege Cossacks. Just very, very small groups. But since they don't have a lot of melee infantry assisting here, I could try to sneak my Siege Cossacks in to just start to cutting down the Dragoons, taking some of their attention away from Rainmaker. Rainmaker is starting to send in his peasants right now to help as well. In this game mode, peasants cannot be captured, I don't think. So you can send them in to help, but there are a lot of pikemen here. But we did manage to clear out all of the Dragoons, which means that this just... we should be able to take them down here. Rainmaker also recaptured... no, he did capture a lot of cannons, but now Roma went in and recaptured them. So this is where a lot is happening. But down here, I didn't really look like I had any trouble whatsoever sweeping in over Temsani and taking over his base. Temsani is now completely at zeroed out, so that means that... oh, he actually does have a mine, so I don't know why he's zeroed. Maybe that's only military production? Don't know if that's the case. Because you can see Rainmaker is down on only below 70 points, while all of his infrastructure is still very much intact. So it's just military production that is really taking a tumble here. But now with me cleaning out Temsani, also taking his last gold mine, destroying a bunch of stuff, with those buildings being destroyed, I would guess that Temsani has resigned. So now I'm working on the western side of Roma's base, trying to really attack Roma from two fronts. So I can have Rainmaker coming in from the north, me coming in from the west, and then we can basically just chisel down Roma's defense as we go. Now taking down the palisade, but I've stopped. Why have I stopped? It's not like I have a lot more things to focus on right now. I'm just doing production automatically. Only 2 stables. I really need to work on getting more stables. Now I started sending in my troops. And Roma put forth some of his peasants. Not all of them, but some of them. If we look at Roma's point of view, 2 artillery depots, only 1 stable, still making reiters that are completely unupgraded. So they're pretty weak currently. 1 food upgrade. He really needs these improved steel grade upgrade to provide more defense for his armored troops, which is pikemen and reiters in this case. Now sending out Dragoons as well, and the cost has decreased a lot because we killed so many of them in the beginning, and then the cost kind of resets. But so far, we haven't really had a problem in this game. We are pushing in from all sides. My ally is also holding firm here in the northern side of the base, while I push in from the west. And with the buildings being destroyed, this should be a GG from Roma. Have you stopped producing? Yeah. You see, people aren't attacking anymore. So this is most likely a GG and a victory. Interesting stuff. Can I... nope. I cannot open the whole map. If you know how I can do that, because www is of course a cheat code to unlock the whole map. But now I can't really see any more of that. But if you know how I can unlock that even with while watching a replay, please let me know. This game went fast. It's 19 minutes of recording, 24 minutes of game time. So, what can we take from this one? I was slow on getting my Diplo Center up and running. Seemed to be pretty quick on getting my town halls though. And also 5 barracks up and running. A lot of idle peasants. 101 idle peasants. A lot of them here. Don't know why they're standing here, to be honest. Most likely, what I did was setting my spawn point on the stone. And we just ran out of places to excavate stone, I guess. But I do believe I was pretty slow on the Diplo Center. Also, only one layer of Palisade. I think I felt pretty safe, knowing that Temsani, the weaker player, was my neighbor. And also, I must say that I'm pretty proud of how I helped with the few Sish Cossacks that I had, because I could have just charged back behind their dragoons, maybe got shot down, but I actually just pushed them in there and started cutting them down. Rainmaker did a great job. I mean, he started using artillery and all kinds of things for stables, of course going dragoons, very basic ranged build with musketeers and dragoons, and then having the round shears be more of the meat wall in front. You look at the upgrades, 2 food and 1 wood, no stone excavation. Let's see if we can check the statistics of this game, point-wise. That might be interesting as well. None of us went up to the 18th century. Of course, Ukraine can't, but Denmark still very much is able to go up to the 18th century. And I got... well, went pretty basic with the upgrades here. Rainmaker was pretty slow on the field capacity one, but that might not be that important in the beginning. But also, if you look at Roma, only got 4 upgrades throughout the whole game. Temsani didn't get that many either. Did get the improved firearms, which is, you really want to get the academy upgrades after you max out the barrack ones, because I think they kind of scale on the current level of firepower. Don't know if that's fixed, but I think that's the case. Point-wise, me and Rainmaker did a great job. I really just kept climbing and climbing and climbing. This is population upgrades though, so not score. Population and upgrades. And the population, of course, kept climbing. Rainmaker really took a tumble here when Roma attacked. If we go to the next one, that should be scores. Yeah, Rainmaker took a tumble for sure, but he started climbing back up. There was a time when he was below Roma. But I did a great job at climbing, most likely because Temsani really stagnated point-wise. I don't even know if he ever got his... I can't see that now, but it looks like he still only had 1 town hall. Maybe I just destroyed the other ones. I don't know. Town halls, so crucial. Well, this was fun. Learning, looking at some more games and seeing what I can learn. This was not a perfect game for me at all. Feels like I really became too relaxed looking at Temsani's points. But we got a W. That's great stuff. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you learned anything from it, or if you have any pointers to how I played, feel free to write them down in the comments below. I always find it very interesting when you add more comments and more little nuggets that helps us all become better Cossacks 3 players. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.
The Weird Bubble.